get on our almost 40-year-old level because it's legit. The day drinking is so much better than the night drinking.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg, and her name couldn't say it any better. We are still flexless. That's Beer Girl Mel. What's happening?
Just missing the Whizco kid a little bit. So we're still flexless.
Starting to worry that maybe he's like dead or he's got that thing that Chew had last week.
Did he eat too much raw meat or the meat sticks finally caught him? Like, what's happening here?
I told him he's got to stop snacking out of the fridge. Thank you. He's got to stop snacking out of the fridge at work. He's got to cook that shit first. And
yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't listen.
Seriously, buddy.
Yeah. You know how Flex is. He loves putting raw meat in his mouth. But anyways, thank you guys for joining. Follow us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic. And of course, at BeerGirl_Mel. You're in good hands with Mel here, stepping in for Flex. Not quite as buff, but can run at least 3 times as far.
Yep. That's me.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if you're ever in a situation where you need someone to run really far, super funny, call Mel. All right. Anyways, thank you all for drinking and joining. Like I said, this is off
the crickets in the background speak volumes.
I'll stop talking in just a second, I promise. A lot to get to tonight. We've got the fallout from Pliny the Younger's release. We've got some booze over in the UK. The homie Chew Your Beer left another voicemail for us. And we've even got some beer science to get to later on in the show. So let's stop wasting time. Let's start things off and find out what Mel is drinking.
Yes, sir. Well, you know how I always do. I always do love to represent local breweries, and I tend to hop around from brewery to brewery. And today we are heading to Warwick, New York for a little Drownlands. I've got Green Yield. It's a hazy IPA, 7.2%. We actually just picked this up the other day. We went and did some brewery hopping, me and the hubs. And they have like a really awesome kind of scene going down. I know the kids in breweries, sort of controversial, but they have a really great outdoor space. But they had like a DJ that was like bumping. It was like 2 p.m. Kids are like running around like where they belong in the field.
No shit.
Being watched. And like this DJ was phenomenal. They also had a great lobster roll truck with like oysters. Ooh. It was fantastic. So anyway, let's get to the beer.
Lou was happy.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, you know. He had like 3 of them. I don't want to tell you what it costs, but we are in New York. So anyways, this has Simcoe, Mosaic, and Citra hops. And meet me at the Drownlands because it's probably one of my favorite breweries in the area. All right, we'll give it a little sip.
While she sips, I'll say Mel has sent me a couple of Drownlands beers, and they were chef's kiss.
And this is no exception. It is fantastic. The Simcoe hops really shine for me in this beer. It's got a really soft, gentle mouthfeel. Finishes with the Citra. Like a hazy, you would expect to have that nice kind of pillowy, soft citrus aftertaste. No hop burn whatsoever. And this is nice and fresh. Like I just picked this up on Saturday, and today is what is today? Monday. Well, I mean it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I'm sorry.
How dare you? Giving away secrets.
So just hands down delicious. And they don't put a lot of crap in it, which I really like. They really try to stay true to local ingredients and really coming down to the dirt of the land. And I think they pulled this one off nicely. Drownlands, as always, you guys rock. And yeah, that's what I have to say.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're getting out there doing the research. I kind of alluded to it last week on the show, but very little beer research happening over here due to being a fat tub of lard and trying to cut back on the beer a little bit. But some research that we did do recently was brunch research, if you will.
Love that.
So there's a spot by us. They, it's one of those like all you can eat / all you can drink mimosa type of brunch situation. And we decided we got invited by our friends Deb and Brian, of course, of debsdicks.com.
Yeah.
And we met him over there. We started brunching it up, and the day got away from us. We got there at opening at 10 a.m. We stayed till 2 when they stopped doing brunch. Oof. We gave the waitress, she was great. We just slipped her a couple of 20s, and she
for sure.
made good with the champagne the whole day. But then we needed more champagne.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens. We hit up the store. We got some more champs. We got some juice. Came over to our house. It was right around the corner. We could stumble there.
Oh, cool.
We kept going. I don't know what the fuck happened. It was one of those lost Sundays where you had to check the ring to see what time Deb and Brian left our house.
Or you pass out and then you wake up and you're like, what time is it? What day is it? Where am I? And then it's like 7 p.m. the same day.
I woke up just in time to feed the dog, and I was like, fuck, what time is it? Oh God, it's his dinner time. I gotta go feed the dog.
Hilarious. Those are the best times ever, I swear. Day drinking over night drinking, guys. Get on our almost 40-year-old level, because it's legit. Man. The day drinking is so much better than the night drinking.
I don't remember most of the day after brunch. Like once brunch commenced, like I remember going to the store, and that's about it. Yeah. Oh, it was rough. The next day was not the worst because it was day drinking, and I stopped by like 5 o'clock, but also not the best. It was a little rough. I hear worse things for Deb and Brian. They didn't fare so well.
Oh no. Too much bubbles? Too many bubbles?
I guess so. When we woke up the next morning and went downstairs, there were like 5 empty beer cans, 3 champagne bottles. Apparently mixing occurred. It was like, oh, what amateur hour happens once you get hammered, apparently.
Yeah, you don't care anymore. You're like, whatever's left. Open the fridge. What do you have? This expired from 2016? Sure, sounds good.
I'll drink your dinosaurs. I don't give a shit.
Right. That's when you offload them on people too.
Oh, yeah.
I got a beer for you.
Yeah, here, try this. You ever had a specially aged lager? It's delicious. So, yeah, I have that problem. Like, you start coming out with free, quote unquote, free alcohol, like champagne.
Oh, yeah.
I've obviously paid for it. I'm like, oh, yes, I will have another. Oh, you're coming around. You're 3 feet away. I will pound this so you can pour more. Like, it's a problem.
I'm sort of surprised they don't have a time limit, this place
I am too.
That you went to. Usually it's 90 minutes and then you're out of there. They're not dealing with that. It kind of
depends on who you get, because I've definitely had that guy who just stops coming around and then finally drops off your check and probably secretly flips you off or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think we kept, we gave this girl a couple of tips throughout the day to let her know we appreciated that she kept coming around.
I am a firm believer in tipping for something like that, or if you go to a wedding or you go to something where it's like open bar. You need to give that big tip in the beginning of the night.
Ew.
And you need to make sure that they see you with that big tip. You hand it right over and you be like, I'm Melissa. Your drink will be made for you and ready to go, and then some every time. And then you just sprinkle in a couple tips throughout the night, because be real. Like, don't cheap out on the servers or the bartenders when you're getting your booze for free.
Right.
Give them the tips, because it one is great for them because they're making the money that they need to and they're working hard, and you get such better service.
Yeah, so you're not fucking around.
Yep. Always.
I remember my wife's mom a few years back got married, and we were at this establishment where like beer and wine was included, and I think some cocktails or something. The beer selection was absolute garbage. I wasn't drinking beer that day.
Yeah.
But they had some decent bourbons that were not included in the all you can drink selection. So I went up to the bartender and I just said, how much for whatever cocktail?
Right.
And he goes, oh, it's this much. And I said, all right, here's that much. And I think I gave him like $40.
Yeah.
I was like, do me a favor and just make sure my hand's not empty, because I don't want to be here.
Yeah. And he was like, say less.
Yeah. He obliged, and it was fantastic. So just got to grease the palms. My dad's wife does the same thing. We went out to brunch with them. There was like a huge party. Someone's birthday. I don't fucking remember. There was like 20 people. Every time the person came over with more champagne, she just handed him $5. Every time, $5.
Yeah.
$5.
It adds up.
I mean, he must have come over 10 times. Just $5.
Yeah.
$5. And what does he care? It's not his champagne. He's not paying for it.
Right.
And he knows that every time he walks over the table, he gets another $5. So
exactly.
Worked out well. That's the only research I've been up to. Not a lot of beer research.
I mean,
so good for a beer host.
I haven't been either. I think we're all like at a standstill right now in the craft beer world. There's a couple of lone survivors that are still kind of pushing out content, but I think a lot of people are not as much. What's the deal? What's the deal?
All the
community?
beer gram people have hit that age where we're tired of being bloated.
I'm like, it's hard. It's hard. And I'm in grad school right now, so I'm sitting on my ass like a lot more than I normally do. So I really, even though I haven't been very good, I really should be, because I will be 40 this year. And let me tell you, shit changes real quick.
I'm not looking forward to finding out. I got a year and some change. Don't want to find out.
I still have a few good months left in me. Then it's all, I might as well just put myself in the grave.
Are you in your mid 30s until the day you turn 40? Is that how you're going?
No, I'm 39 legitimately. I'll be honest about it. I feel like okay, well, I did used to lie about my age to say that I was older than I was. But I think we can all understand why. But like lying about your age and saying that you're younger than you are, I think that's a thing of the past. I think it's like, wow, she's 40 and she doesn't have wrinkles. She's fucking killing the game. You know, like we actually care about our skin a little bit more. We don't smoke packs and packs of cigarettes anymore like they used to. So
no, I think we're just like, school.
Yeah, I think we're starting to age better. So I think it's like, I don't think anybody cares. I don't think they care.
And also, I love when those little shits come up to us and are like, oh, can you drink? I'm like, I will drink you under the table, motherfucker.
Right. I'll hate myself tomorrow, but I'll be the last man standing. I might be blacked the fuck out.
Yeah. I may not remember when, why, or how, but
definitely not. Definitely not. The young kids do have that on us. Our minds go quicker than the youngins. Like I used to be able to remember everything in a night. Now, if it's like a crazy, I'm there, but I'm not there. Not me.
No, not at all. Yeah, couple champagne bottles later. I don't know what the fuck happened today. Why am I naked? What the hell's going on?
Like literally every time I leave my sister's house, minus the naked part. Don't usually get naked there.
So you leave your sister's house naked? That's quite the adventure.
No, but I leave there not knowing what happened.
Yeah,
like
it's getting worse.
He's
worse
like
as the days go.
Yeah, he's like these fucking sister meetings. But we put it down. We drink a lot. Yeah. We're a drinking kind of family, you know.
I love it. That's how it should be. A family that drinks together. I don't know.
We still stay together. We just might not like each other that much, but we still show up for each other.
Yeah, but at least you don't like each other drunk instead of sober.
Yeah. Well, we're a mixed family too, so it's like they're my stepsisters.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's how I roll. I have way more step siblings than real siblings.
Same.
Some of them I like, some of them I don't. So drinking comes in handy.
Yep.
Good time. I forgot to do this last week. I will not forget this week.
Okay.
Top listening city of last week was Ventura, California. Thank you, Ventura.
Way to go, Ventura. That's a county, right? Ventura County?
It's a city and a county.
Is the city in the county?
Yeah.
Or is it one of those messed up Kansas City situations where there's like Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas? Like which state is it? And is it the same city? Is it the same city with a line, like just a weird geographical line? Can someone tell me? Because I'm a science person. I'm not a geography major. Do you know?
Well, it's like Tahoe. Tahoe's in 2 different states.
It is? Is it like
Tahoe's in 2 different states.
Utah and California? Or is it Nevada and California?
Nevada and California.
Oh, is it Nevada or Nevada?
To me, it's Nevada.
Oh, I say Nevada.
Oh.
Is that wrong?
I don't know. That's probably...
As long as you say apricot.
Apricot. Got it. I wonder if that's like a East Coast thing, Nevada, the soft A. To me, it's Nevada.
That you have just embodied flex. That is Midwest accent, and you didn't even realize you had it by saying Nevada.
No, I didn't go Nevada.
Not that hard. It was a soft accent.
It's Nevada with a real A there. There's no Nevada. That's like a oh.
All right, let's call the whole thing off.
People, let us know. Let us know who's wrong here. I'm sure it's me.
Comment.
It usually is. All right. Like I said, voicemail from the homie Chew Your Beer. I've got a beer that I'm excited to talk about. Some news to get to. Let's hear from Chew before I talk about my beer.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yo, what's up, Crappy Republic? Chew Your Beer. Just stopped listening to your podcast because you brought up Counter and Hops and Full Circle getting together to do some distribution. Quick little story on Full Circle. I have a friend by the name of Steven Zach. He has Zach's Brewing Company right across the street from Tioga Sequoia. Zach is the reason why Chocotazo became a professional or retail product for the market. He took my beer recipe and recreated it in a professional manner and distributed it. Chocotazo was actually a thing you can purchase. So Zach survived about 5 years. His brewery survived COVID, and then the following year when the lease was up, Full Circle came in and took that away from him. They offered more money, which sucks because they already had a location. Just the thing that Zach is right in the prime location for Yes, that whole street gets shut down, and these guys came in, offered more money, took this away from my buddy. So I never ever will drink Full Circle. I will not support Full Circle. If Full Circle is pouring at a festival, I will not try their beers. I just think it's bullshit. I don't know. My buddy put in his sweat and tears into that building. It was an old mechanic shop, and he reinforced it, brought it up to code with electricity, water lines, gas lines, ready set for a brewery. I was able to visit that brewery at least 4 times, and then finding out that he had to close down because someone else came in is bullshit. So, that's my little story, and I'm not drinking Full Circle. So there you go. Just a little quick thing. Greg's, hopefully we'll get together and have a couple beers over at Shadow Grove. You and me and maybe some of the friends. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to call in and give you that little information. The people at Crown and Hops are amazing. A lovely couple. A husband and wife. They're phenomenal. It's black owned. They're crazy. You could come up to them and they're very receptive and very talkative and very informative and fun people, man. At beer festivals, they are the tent you want to hang out at. They got awesome hip hop music, beers, and it's just cool people. Just sucks that they're getting together with the other piece of shit people. So yeah, that's it. All right, homies, this is True Your Beer. Yeah, nos guacho. Peace out, eh?
Well, I agree with your conviction, and I am totally just as spiteful as you. And if I felt like harm was done or wrongdoing was done to one of my favorite breweries, I probably wouldn't drink their shit either. And like my dad always says, when you hang with shit, you smell like it. So it sounds like these people got together pretty nicely, the two of them. Not the good people, but yeah.
Yeah. I had not heard that. I've also not had Full Circle before. I'd love to hear the story from both
the
his
perspective
homie Zach,
of both sides.
Yeah, and Full Circle. Like, was it really as simple as we came in and offered more to the landlord and the landlord said fuck off? Or was the lease up and the landlord was going to raise the rent and the original brewery couldn't afford it and the Full Circle could? I'd love to hear both sides of that story. But until I do, fuck you, Full Circle. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make any judgment.
I mean, I'll say
I've also never had their beer.
Fuck you, Full Circle. When am I going to have your beer? I'm in New York. So
shots fired.
Go fuck yourself. Bang,
shots
bang, bang.
fired.
Nobody fucks with the homie Chew Your Beer and gets away with it.
That's right. And also, Shadow Grove. I still have not been to Shadow Grove, which is out here. It's about 45 minutes from my house, but I hear great things. They've been open for a couple of years now. I need to make my way out there. Chew had invited me out for a little gathering, and then I think somebody, either he got sick or somebody couldn't make it, so we're postponing it. But
is he like 45 minutes from you? I always try to get an understanding of your travel log when you go see things, do things, and meet people.
Yeah. Choose probably 45, like no traffic, about 45 minutes from me. In LA, that could turn into 2 hours real quick.
I was going to say, is he still considered the LA area?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's much more LA than I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm very, very north LA. He's still much more north or much more LA than I am. So, but yeah, I do want to try Shadow Grove. I've met the brewer. I've still not had the beer. So, I hear good things though. Like Monica from Pedals doesn't have enough good things to say about them. So if she says it's good, I believe her.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing. She appreciates good beer.
Yeah. If you guys want to call in 805-538-BEER, it's 2337. All right. Before we get some news, I'm going to make a call to the pen over here.
He calls to the bullpen for
beer. Shout out to intern Brian for hooking this one up. He saw it, he grabbed a 4-pack, and he said, you need to try this. And this is from Enegren Brewing, their American Reinheitsgebot series, which they do every year. Every year it's a collaboration with a different brewery. They went back to the well, and they called Bierstadt to come out and do a collab with them. They're Bierstadt. If you haven't had Bierstadt, they're from Denver. The fucking masters of the slow pour pills. If you're ever in Denver, you cannot miss Bierstadt. I believe, if history serves me correct, Bierstadt did a collab with Enegren a few years ago, but it was during COVID, and I don't think they actually came out as like a Zoom collab thing.
Right.
So here we go, a proper collab. But every year they do an American Reinheitsgebot with a different brewery. On Untapped, it says 4.8%. A 417 is the rating. Pretty respectable there, especially for a lager. They say this year we teamed up again with our great buddies at Bierstadt Lagerhaus to make a classic German-style Helles using all-American ingredients, including Pilsner malt from Leopold Brothers in Colorado and Audacia hops from Indie Hops. I don't think I've heard of those hops before.
Me neither.
That's like this week and 2 weeks ago. Talking about some hops I'd never heard of, like some new hops keep dropping apparently.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like the color of that beer.
Very
like
lagery.
You can see through it. Yeah. I'm feeling
nothing, it. Yeah, nothing not clear about this. This is
I love it.
On the schnoz, it smells like a goddamn lager, everybody.
Right. I love a good Helles lager, though.
Yeah. You know what it tastes like? A fucking Helles and a good one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What am I supposed to describe about a delicious Helles? It is crispy. It is done right. There is no off flavor to it. There's no unnecessary bitterness.
Yeah, you get that little breadiness to it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
just a hint of that toast in there. It is so smooth. This is fucking crispy boy summer coming in. I cannot wait.
I'm with you. I am with you. And do you know that integrins are like sciencey? They're like these adhesive kind of, I don't want to call them molecules, but they could be molecules, but they're like, it's an adhesive property that keeps cells together. Did you know
really?
that?
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, I said I was in grad school. I learned that last semester. Right. No big deal.
God, you're such a nerd. Nerd alert.
It's such a weird thing because it's kind of like a hidden characteristic that I have. So I think people just know me as, like I'm a hardcore nerd, kind of. Like if I geek out into something, I'm into it and I want to know everything. My brother's a scientist, so it runs in the family. But yeah, like I'm part
He's
of
also like
a
rapper, right?
A scientist. Yeah, we're like cool nerds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
like,
multifaceted.
Yeah, but like I'm in a Lord of the Rings book club. Yeah, so I'm that girl. No big deal.
This Enegren, it's actually their last name. The Enegren brothers started the brewery.
Oh, really? I thought it was because of science. And when I learned about it in class, I was like, immediately thought of the brewery, and I'm like, these sneaky little scientists. Wow, so funny.
Chris, the two brothers are Chris and Matt. Chris Enegren is a something engineer, so he is very sciencey.
Yeah.
He's also the mayor of the city where Enegren is, which is hilarious.
Legitimately, he's a politician?
Yeah, he ran. He's our age.
Yeah,
I think he graduated the same year I did from high school. I knew a buddy who knew him in high school and all that stuff, and he decided to run for city council because the city that Enegren Brewing is in is not the most business friendly and especially not brewery friendly. They were the first brewery in that city and everything. And he got fed up. So he's like, I'm going to run for city council. And then he became mayor. And so he's,
people were like, you know what? Yes, we need new blood. Let's do it.
Yeah. He's been on the show before when we did our live show from Enegren. And it's funny, whenever I see him, I'm always like, hello, Mr. Mayor, like very official. And so, yeah,
I love that.
He's a good guy. Makes some good fucking beer for sure. And now they've got quite the operation over there. So if you're ever in our area of Southern California, make sure you check out Enegren, especially if you like good beer, good lagers.
Yeah, I'm totally a fan.
All right, let's get into a little news before we head on out of here. Russian River's 20th Pliny the Younger release was this year, and it contributed $8.6 million to the local economy.
Wow.
The total impact is a 36.5% increase from last year and double the impact of 2019, the last release before the COVID-19 pandemic. It was actually in person. Previous economic impacts from the release in recent years were 6.3 million in 23, 6.1 in 22, 5.1 in 2020, 4.2 in 2019, 3.4 in 2018. Anyways, Pliny bringing the fucking dollar bills to the surrounding area of Russian River.
Wow. That's a big number.
It's kind of cool, beer doing good things for the economy.
It's a really big deal.
Yeah. They say 2.9 million of that came from business to business purchases in the supply chain taking place in Sonoma County. Stem from the initial spending of Pliny the Younger travel parties, as well as spending of employees within Sonoma County business supply chain. The release also generated $284,000 in local taxes. So just money's all around. Good stuff. Thanks, Russian River.
Way to go.
UK has broken some records with distilleries. Their registered distillery numbers have exploded since COVID. Well, the end of COVID, really. Well, not the end of COVID, but, since we could return to in-person stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The British spirits industry has exploded since the COVID-19 pandemic, with more than 300 distilleries now registered in the UK. In 2023, the number of registered distilleries, easy for me to say, in the UK grew to 387, up 42.5% compared to pre-COVID levels, according to the National Accounting Group. Hacker Young. It's official. This was up 8.7% from the 356 that were reported in 2022. During the lockdowns of 2020 and 2021, people found themselves looking to recreate a bar experience at home and treat themselves to artisanal spirits. Interestingly, the taste for luxury has not tapered off. It has only gotten stronger. I could see that.
Yeah. And I think also the demographic that you're appealing to as well, they're like, I just can't be bothered with going out anymore. So you want to have like really craft, fun, luxurious things at home so you can be in your sweatpants, but still get the experience and not deal with knuckleheads.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I have not been to a movie theater since COVID and I don't miss it.
Stop it. No, I love going to the movies. I love going to the movies, but I take the kids.
I went to film school. You think I should be going to the movie every fucking week? I don't care. At home, I have a big TV with a great surround sound system. Yeah. I've got my own beer in the fridge and a clean bathroom.
Yeah. I agree with that also.
I can hit pause to go pee.
Either way. Do you guys have drive-ins anymore in California?
I mean, I'm sure. I know there's like pop-up drive-ins here and there. I can think of one off the top of my head, which is like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah, we still have one like old school local drive-in. So that's really the bulk of my movie experience for the year. Like we'll go to the drive-in like twice over the summer, see 4 movies and call it a day. And then here and there I'll take the kids, but it's always like kid movie. Like I never see anything that's for adults in the movie theater. So yeah, I guess if I didn't have kids, I probably wouldn't take them. And I also take them to matinees because it's cheap.
Oh yeah, of course.
The snacks cost more than the movie ticket. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous. I remember as kids like stuffing my cargo shorts full of snacks and like soda bottles and whatnot. And yeah, I will only go to the movies if there's like some crazy action, like a Marvel movie type thing that I want to see. So it's, it's immersive and, sound is super crazy and all that. Like that's the only thing where I'm tempted. And my favorite movies to watch are comedies. I'd much rather watch a comedy than anything else. I don't need your drama. I get enough real world drama. I want to fucking laugh when I'm off work, Yeah. And I can do that at home in front of my fucking gorgeous TV with my great surround sound and my delicious beer.
Yeah. And everybody has a big TV at this point. It's not like, a large screen TV is going to cost you too much money. They're like a couple $100, which is basically like going to the movies twice in 1 year.
It's true.
I spent $100 for me and the 2 kids the other day. And it was a matinee. So like I said, it's like the snacks and all that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I should have sent them to school. That'd be a cool mom.
Right. Yeah, I fucking believe it. Yeah. My TV, I spent a few bucks on it. It's a nice TV and I didn't skimp out and movies look great. If I really wanted to, and I think I've done this all of one time, it came with like the 3D glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that
TV
shit.
like that.
Yeah, but I don't need it. I don't need the movie theater experience. Even Marvel movies are fun at home. I can pause and go pee, especially because all Marvel movies, I think it's illegal if they're under 3 hours nowadays.
They're so long. Like, why is any good series the longest ever? And then the last closure movie that it's supposed to be is split into 2 3-hour movies. So it's really 6 hours and 3 years of closure before you get to the end, and you can rest.
It's so
like you're on the edge of your seat for like 3 years. Like, what the fuck, guys?
I know. And I know Flex gets a boner every time anybody says Marvel, especially Captain America.
Well, Captain America over there, yeah.
Yeah, but look, those movies are fun, but yeah, they're way too long. Let's cut it down a little bit. But yeah, overall, I don't need a movie theater. And it's not like, oh, COVID hit and I stopped going. Like, I imagine the last time I went to a movie theater was like early 2019 or 2018 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's just not something I cared about and would rarely go.
I wonder if it's like one of those things though, because you're in the industry, that it's less appealing. Like, chefs don't want to cook at home too much, right? They're the ones like popping in like a TV dinner, like getting like takeout, like Chinese.
I mean, I still want to watch it. Yeah.
But you just don't want to have the whole experience. But
yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
It's a great
But I will
thing.
say, like, as someone who's, in the industry, in quotes, I'm the worst movie watcher. Like, I've never seen The Godfather or all the movies that I should have seen. I've never seen before.
What? Why haven't you seen The Godfather?
Because I don't care. All I want to do is
not your kind of genre. Did you watch any of that? Did you see My Cousin Vinny?
I did. Absolutely. Yeah.
I was like,
that was like one of my favorite movies as a kid.
If you haven't seen that, at least go out and see Marissa Tomei is a specimen.
Oh my
Love you,
God.
Marissa. If you're listening, I've been obsessed with you since I was like 6 years old.
Also,
want to be you.
Still fucking hot.
So she's aging backwards. That's what I'm saying. Like, she would be like, yeah, I'm 57 and I'm proud of it because I look like a 30-year-old. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, like her in. Did you see The Wrestler?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a big role.
Yeah, stripper Marissa Tomei in The Wrestler. Like, chef's kiss.
Big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'll tell you something was big, but yeah, not for me. Movie theaters are fine. They're just
I know this isn't a movie podcast, not a movie podcast, but
a movie podcast.
I do just want to share that I have recently found the joy in watching the movies of the 80s again, and like not the good ones that everybody's watched either. Okay, so have you ever seen? Did you watch Teen Witch? You ever see Teen Witch?
I don't.
All right, do yourself a favor and go watch it. It has the worst, most embarrassing hip hop segment. Here's the premise. It's this teenage girl who's like not popular at all, and she kind of gets like, she's driving home on her bicycle at night from a party or wherever she was, the movies where people told her she wasn't cool, and then the cool kid runs her off the road. She like bumps her head. He feels bad, but the girlfriend's like, whatever, she's fine, move on. She gets lost in the woods. A little person, Madam Witch with a crystal ball, gives her these powers, and then all of a sudden, like, she can make everything happen the way she wants it. Ends up getting popular, gets her friend popular, and has all of the popular guys loving her, right? Like every 80s movie, this makes a lot of sense. Like, this is how things went. But the hip hop segment of this was a bunch of white dudes with the worst hip hop ever. And her friend's like, I wish I could pee as cool as them. And she's like, you can, Kit, just go up to them and try. And she's like, top that. And you don't really want to top that. So if you haven't gotten anything from this experience, please go just YouTube Teen Witch rap scene and thank me later for the horridness.
It sounds so white and embarrassing.
It was so white and embarrassing. And I saw it, like, I think I was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, oh shit, that's one of my favorite movies. And I made I made everybody watch it the other day and they were like, Mom, really? I'm like, it gets good at some point. And no, it just doesn't.
No.
It just never never got good. And also, I don't think we realized how many sexual innuendos were in every movie we were watching when we were like 6 to 9 years old, because it went over our heads.
It's for the parents.
But then you watch it as an adult and you're like, whoa. I don't even think the parents were what were our parents doing? When I was saying I'm like, what were our parents doing when these movies were on? They're like, these movies are great. No, they weren't. I was watching
they weren't screening our movies.
Not at all. They didn't give a shit as long as we were busy and not bothering them. So either we were outside all day with no food or water and don't come home until it's dark, or they threw on a movie that was completely inappropriate so they could like peek in every once in a while. In between, they had like a couple of sips of their hidden water bottle drink that teacher had as we discussed last week. You know what I mean? So,
Well, in the 80s, it was wine coolers.
yo, the Bartles and James.
Yeah.
I remember those.
I was just having a discussion about those with my wife because like my mom was all about wine coolers back in the day.
We had
So
them,
gross.
and I don't think I realized that they were alcohol because then they came out with those Mystic. Do you remember the Mystic drinks that were like, it was like a wine cooler for like an 8 to 10-year-old who wants to be cool like their mom. And so they had the same flavors, but they were like it was just like a juice type thing, but it had the same bottle and a similar graphic to it. And I was like, I'm going to get this kiwi strawberry. Now
so
look at
funny.
me. Didn't
look at
affect me at all.
Not one
Had
bit. I'll
nothing
take
to do-
another.
Had nothing to do with the person I am today.
Not one bit. That's funny. Well, now I want to watch that movie because it sounds like
You have to at
Lovely
least watch a
80s.
scene because it's really bad. Like, I don't think we realized how bad the acting was in the 80s, but it was also so good.
pretty rough.
What a time, man.
Few movies have survived the 80s, like in a good way. You know, like
Right.
Back to the Future, great movie.
Of course.
But like so many of those teeny movies were, you know, it's like, oh, the acting was borderline porno. Like not in
Yeah.
a good way. It's like porn without the nudity, basically.
No, like just really, really bad. Really, really
Yeah.
awkward. Yeah. And everybody had huge houses too, which I
Yeah, no matter
brought up, I
how
was
poor
like-
they were.
don't think people really lived in these houses.
Yeah. Being poor in the 80s just meant you had a dirty big house instead of a clean big house.
Like, I feel like they just rented one block in LA to shoot and film all of these movies of the generation. And it was just like these big suburban kind of
Yeah.
houses that are probably worth like 9 million now, or maybe
Probably.
even more. Who knows?
Yeah. They just went out to like Encino and just rented a bunch of houses and shot movies. Hey, but you know what? Not an 80s movies.
No, I
show.
just went off on the tangent, but I really wanted to talk about
It was
that. 'cause
worth
I
it.
thought it was funny.
Super worth it. All right, real quick. The DEA, this is going to have some beer effects. The DEA is proposing reclassification of marijuana. Basically, they're going to knock it down to not be a Schedule 1 drug anymore, like heroin and LSD, because, you know, it's so close to heroin,
Right.
and they're going to knock it down to Schedule 3 with the likes of ketamine and some anabolic steroids.
We were just talking about this at work. Continue.
Oh, that's the bulk of it. There will be some medical things that go along with that as well. And hopefully this means we can start putting some weed in our beer.
You can't do that already? Some
You,
places you can.
you cannot have THC in the beer. You can have
can't?
cannabis.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
but no THC legally that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Like in California, you can have cannabis in your regular beer, or you can have
THC in a seltzer.
with no alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't combine the two. Got it. Here's my question. Where does alcohol sit on this controlled schedule? Does it? I don't think it does.
I don't think it does. Yeah.
And so this is what I brought up because here THC is legal for recreation. Like
Same
you can
here.
go to a store.
Yeah.
So why is it still on a schedule? Why is it still considered a scheduled controlled substance? I feel like there's somewhere in just so they have like a loophole, or whether it has to do with taxes. I'm not so sure, but it feels like it should just be knocked off of the controlled substance schedule altogether.
Well, federally, it's still controlled, whereas statewide, you know, like technically,
Right.
you know, here in California and New York, it's legal for recreational use. Like if the feds wanted to come to your house, if you had a bunch of gummies or something that you
Yeah,
bought legally in the state of New York, they can still arrest you on federal charges.
right. But even still, there's not,
So stupid.
it doesn't jive.
My favorite is when people get kicked out of sports. Like a bunch of UFC fighters get kicked out of UFC for doing, you know, for taking whatever THC or smoking weed or whatever. It's like, you think that's enhancing their performance? Like, if anything, it's giving the other guy an advantage. Let him fucking get high. Who cares?
Right.
So
Agreed. Stupid.
The Brewers Association updates some state level data. The state level data has been updated with 2023 numbers. The database includes information on the number of craft breweries in the operation and rankings per state, data on craft beer sales and production, the number of breweries per capita, and the economic impact of craft breweries. I'll just run this down real quick. California ranked number 1 in the total number of craft breweries in operation last year with 987. We also ranked first in production with nearly 3.25 million barrels of craft beer output. Pennsylvania, what up, Shred? Pennsylvania ranked second in production with more than 3.13 million barrels of craft beer produced. Vermont ranked first in breweries per capita, not Wisconsin, with 14.7 with their overall 74 breweries in the state.
Yeah.
As well as they were first place in gallons per 21 plus adults per capita with 21.7. Maine, with 156 craft breweries, ranked second with 14.2 breweries per capita. Mississippi ranked last in the number of breweries with 19 breweries in the entire state. And last in barrels of craft beer produced with 20,307. And Alabama, Roll Tide, ranked 50th in breweries per capita at 1.5. Shitty state to live in.
Is Yuengling considered craft beer still?
That's I think a lot of times they're still considered craft, even though they're with Molson Coors.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the Pennsylvania numbers. And the only thing I can say is Yuengling, because they're nationally distributed.
Mostly. They're still not even out here yet, though.
They're not? Stop it.
Yeah.
We used to be so
Isn't that
excited
crazy?
in like the late, I guess it was probably the early 2000s when we could get Yuengling. And it's everywhere now, like everywhere. It's Budweiser of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I remember, like I have a friend in D.C. I haven't been out there in quite some years, but I used to go out to Washington, D.C. to see her. And every time I was in D.C., it's like, oh, Yuengling, here we go. Yeah,
I never
it's not
really
even that
understood
great.
it. Yeah, I never understood it. Like we'd be excited
it's like
to
a
have
good version
it.
of a macro beer. And
Yeah. Really, it's not. It's a lager. And it's like not a great lager. I wouldn't go
That's
out of
fine.
my way to order a Yuengling ever. But we also used to like Fat Tire a lot. Like we used to be really excited when Fat Tire came around. And now, well, we all know that story.
yeah, out here, Fat Tire was like Sierra Nevada. You get it, no problem.
Oh,
anywhere you want
okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Have you ever had the Yuengling, the Hershey's one? That
Yes,
they have?
I've had it.
Never
Actually,
had
way
it.
back when if you scroll up my feed, you'll see that I made an ice cream float with it. Very genius.
Ooh,
When
probably
Beer
the
Girl
best
was
it's ever
promoting
tasted.
Beer World still. Yeah.
Oh,
It's good. I've had several different batches. So I don't know if like there's like a little bit of a metallic taste to it to me. But
weird.
it's exciting, I guess. I think you could get, some pretty decent imperial stouts that have a lot of cacao in it and achieve the same, if not better result. Or if you wanted something a little bit lighter on the mouthfeel, I would go with a porter, like a chocolate kind of porter,
Yeah.
Sorry, Yuengling.
Sorry, guys. Maybe if you came out to California, I'd change my mind.
You don't
Not
need
really.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Don't bother.
Let's end it with some science, especially because you're a nerd and you're here.
Love it.
A new gel is stopping mice from getting too drunk.
What?
I wish people could see your face.
Yep.
This gel is a combination of iron atoms and the milk protein beta-lactoglobulin. When it encounters alcohol in the digestive system, the combo mimics the behavior of an enzyme that converts ethanol into acetate. As the body naturally breaks down alcohol, it produces the byproduct acetaldehyde, big words, which causes hangovers and can damage the liver. No, I said it right.
Acetaldehyde.
You're
welcome.
Acetaldehyde. One really nice feature of the gel is that they're able to convert alcohol directly into acetate, which means there's no accumulation of the toxic intermediate, says biochemist. Sorry, sir, I'm not going to even try your name, but he's from Stanford. Ooh. It's like a hydrogel-based nano liver that does the work for us. If the gel works in humans, he says, colleagues say it could be used to prevent hangovers and potentially the harms of chronic drinking. To test the gel, his team fed it to 8 mice and then waited 20 minutes before plying the rodents with booze. 8 other mice received gel without the iron, and 8 more mice were given a saline solution and force-fed alcohol 20 minutes later. 6 hours after the alcohol binge, the researchers put the mice through a sobriety test. In a water maze. Mice that had eaten the iron milk gel swam faster and searched for the exit more efficiently than mice that had been given just milk gel or saline. Their performance was on par with mice that had never been fed alcohol.
So you're saying there's a chance for us alcoholics to never, ever develop cirrhosis? I say to you, sir, I am in.
Yeah, I'm in.
That's why I was thinking, I'm like, oh, this is cutting edge.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to get cirrhosis ever. I don't know if that's a good thing. And do you sober up quickly? I know it seems like the mice do, but...
Seems like it.
I'm willing to be a participant. Please hire me.
Yeah, I'll test it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
Sure.
Count me in, Coach.
Why not, right?
I'm ready to play.
Draw some blood before, give me a hydrogel and a bunch of beer, and test me again.
Yeah.
See if it's the same or not.
It sounds amazing. Like, if this is real.
Sounds great, other than the mice that they're testing it on. I am deathly afraid of them. That's why I had the face. I was like, I don't want to know about drunk mice. Why is anybody getting drunk? Why is anybody getting mice drunk? But I'm like, oh, this is how we do it. This is how we learn.
Worth it.
If it works for humans without doing human experiments.
Yeah. And to those mice who got drunk, thank you for your service.
I guess so. But also, could you kill yourself somewhere away from me? Thank you.
Not anywhere in your vicinity.
No.
I love that we're able to invent gels so we don't get drunk, but we're still not good on like a male birth control situation.
No, I think men don't want to take birth control is the problem.
I'd be all for it. Look, you want to, I'll do a pill or a shot or whatever. And I don't give a shit. It's called
a vasectomy, Greg. It's an in-office procedure. Go do it.
I'm fine with it. If someone downstairs gives me the okay, I'll go fucking do that.
You can always reverse it.
Well, and I don't need to reverse it. So that's the thing.
Right.
And I do know somebody who it didn't work for.
Like long term, or did they just they not jack off enough in between? Because you have to expel a certain amount of... I did not ask
that very specific question.
This is taking a left very quick. This did
really is not a jack off show.
Not a nursing show, not a jack off show.
Yeah. So anyways,
yeah.
But I'm very for that, and I'm very for drunk gels too.
I think that drunk gel just hit. I think it just happened right now.
Yeah,
like, Flex, where are you? We need you. Flex, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. Oh, wait, you are. That's where you live. Bark, let us know you're alive.
So, do you come to Milwaukee often?
Flex does.
Milwaukee.
Anyways, I feel like jerking off to make sure your vasectomy works is a great way to end this show. So I'm going to hit some music over here.
And let's say hi to Vanessa on that note.
Sorry, but hi, Vanessa.
Love you, Vanessa.
Oh, dear. Sort of. If you guys are on the socials, follow us at Craft Beer Republic and, of course, at BeerGirl_Mel. CraftBeerRepublic.com, 805-538 Beer 2337. Mel, thanks for doing the Lord's work over there in 2 weeks of flex fill-in.
I mean, now I have to come back sooner because I just need my flex fix.
Don't we all?
And then we'll see, like, maybe we'll do like an Instagram poll and see if they would rather me be your co-host or him. I'm just joking. All right, that beer definitely started to hit.
Yeah. Mel could use that gel right about now, it sounds like. So we're going to wrap things up. Going to thank you for listening. Going to say I hope you're all staying very well hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.
Bye.